What's up, everybody? Back for another Honkai Star Rail video, and this video would have been the budget team video. However, we ran into some issues. Now, the issues is the enemies are too damn hard. Now, you can still easily clear this as a free-to-play, right? But as the criteria that I oppose on doing the budget team videos, you just can't do it. It's just not feasible, and I just haven't had any good luck all day grinding it. Now, main issue is the bosses are just so insanely tanky that DPSing through it, especially with the options given to me, just doesn't work, right? They just have too much HP, which, granted, they buff it every single MOC for some reason. So that was to be expected. It's going up a little too quick, right? Now, another issue with that is enemies who inflict CC, which is, guess what, all of these guys, right, are especially rough because your options as a free to play, if you don't have the premium options, right, like the budget characters, right, Lynx only has it on her ult and it's only one. Natasha has it on her skill only, and Bailu has it none at all, right? Jeopard has none at all, so you have to use a premium character, right? Which I don't like to use too many premium characters, so I try to tone it back a bit, but the CC absolutely destroys you, so you have to run a premium character with CC cleanse, right? Then you run into the issue that since their HP is going up, you need to do more damage. Easiest way to do more damage is to have a support. Well, guess what? You're running Bronya, or you're running characters like Robin, right? Which is another premium character. Okay, so now we got two on the team, and then you need a somewhat competent DPS because not even Robin at E0 is making it to where Serval's one shot in these guys. I tried it out, it just doesn't work, right? Even with really good relics, it just doesn't happen, right? So then you look at the team, and your team's like, literally the team I used for this was Ratio, Mo's, Robin, Woho, right? That is, a 4-star, a free unit, a sustain, insert sustain here type beat, and then Robin, which most people are probably going to have Robin, right? This team still couldn't do it. It doesn't do enough damage, especially because, do note, they all have 4-star relics, or sorry, 4-star light cones on right now, right? Because that is a criteria. I'm not going to expect y'all to have Ratio's light cone for Mo's, or have, like, the Rappa light cone for Super Break Himiko or something like that, right? So we toned down the 4-stars, but yeah, they just couldn't do it. I tried to make everything work. I tried breaking the enemies to take advantage of the buff that does a bunch of damage at the end of a cycle. Doesn't work, right? I tried just focusing one enemy. Doesn't work. There's actually many times where I've just straight up died because I just get into unfortunate circumstances and the enemy just hits way too hard. So I decided to talk about, my failures instead for this video, and just unfortunately just not do it, right? It just, they're getting a little too strong. Now, to jump into the criteria so you guys get a better idea of how I go about these, let me open up on Chrome real quick. So this is how I go about doing the budget videos, right? For the most part, there's been times where I've run Phase Zhao with like a 4-star light cone, and literally the whole rest of the team is free to make up for it, right? Because I just needed an out to do a little bit more damage. We have the must-haves, Ruin Mei and Robin. I feel like at this point, if you don't have them, you haven't played, right? You're coming back, you just started, or you're trolling. That's just how it is, right? If you don't have them, you're just kind of trolling, right? Because they are the best two supports. They were the best two supports verbally known throughout the community for a while. They've had reruns. You've had a chance to get them. If you chose not to get them, that's on you. That's just on you. That's just how Star Roll is. And I just hope you have better replacements, right? Then at least one of these, right? Because you can make do with Gallagher pretty easily, right? For the most part, as long as you have him with a really strong team who can clear the enemy out pretty quickly. But for your second team, Natasha and Lynx, they don't cut it. Jeopard's not gonna cut it either. So you probably have at least one other sustain. So that's the pick one, slot him into the team, sustain, right? Then we have the free characters, which is Ratio. I know he's no longer free, but I swear just about everybody has him, right? So we have Ratio, we have the main character and their forms, Serval, who was a pre-register reward, and everyone still gets her, right? Asta, who is free. March, who is free. This includes the March 7th Swordmaster form. I should put it right next to her. Dongheng is free. And then Natasha you get from a quest. Links from, I think, MOC. Yukong is from Pure Fiction. No, sorry. I think Links is from Pure Fiction. Yukong is from something else, and Jue is from Apocalyptic Shadow, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, Yukong is from the other MOC, the like always here one. That's what it was, right? So all these characters are free. Then you have the 4-stars. Some of these 4-stars have been on 4-star tickets where you can just pick them before, right? So all the 4-stars are on this as well. And then we have you've probably lost a 50-50. I'm sure you've lost at least one 50-50. Plus, you can pick them with the 300. You probably hit pity multiple times on the character banner for the standard banner, or sorry, the standard banner for also Lycons, right? So Bronya, Bailu, Welt, Himiko, Jeopard, Clara, and Yanqing, right? Now I try to avoid using Bronya because mine is E3, and that allows you to save some skill points and give speed, but it's nothing too crazy. So I have dabbled with trying to use her. Most of the time, it just doesn't work with what I'm using, so I just don't end up using her, right? But those are all characters that are up for grabs when I do a budget team. Everyone on the screen, right, is a character I go for. I try to shy away from using a 5-star sustain on one team if I'm already using Robin or Run May or including Ratio, right? But this time, I just had to, bro. I just had to, and it sucks because I keep defaulting to Aventurin because he's the only one that I have. Linksha also works for this that does damage because the team just needs more damage, right? Now to show you how crazy MOC has gotten and why it feels like, okay, why are the enemies so much tankier? Why is it so much harder? It's because they've gotten a lot more HP. Also, side note, right? This wouldn't be that bad if we actually just got more 4-stars who could fill some of these niches, and I could start using different teams than, get carried by a 5-star support, have a somewhat confident healer, and then having like the best 4-star that I can use, right? It's same old song and dance every time just because we just can't switch the teams or it just doesn't work. And then we're finally at the point where even those teams just don't work anymore. Granted, I could have probably cleared it if I just gave them 5-star light cones, but like I said before, I'm not expecting y'all to have ratios light cone for most, right? It's just unrealistic. But anyway, this right here, let me go ahead and shrink it down for you so you can actually see it. This is the current MOC. Right here, we have Savarog with 1 HP bar, and he has a total of 1.6 million HP, and the side enemy has 754k. That's quite a lot of HP, especially if you factor into the fact that I'm using a pretty budget team. Then, on the other side, which, by the way, I never got to test how good Super Break Himiko was on this team, because I just never got to it, right? That's how long I was stuck in the first phase, is these guys have, yes, 2.5 million twice, so they have over 5 million HP, and that's somewhat better because they all share the same HP bar, so when you hit one you hit all of them technically, so I can like give that somewhat a pass. That's still an absurd amount. Now let's scroll up here and we'll go down to the last MOC with Hule. These bosses have 1.7 million HP twice. 3 of them take damage all at once, and they even have a mechanic where they hurt themselves, so fair enough, right? We have Hule with 1.4 million HP. Let's go back another MOC. So another 2 weeks. We have this guy. Oh, what's this? This is the guy on Sarog's team. Oh, he just gained 200k HP. Okay, 200k HP buff. Kafka, 1.2 million. Aventurine, 1 million times 2, 2 million. Right? You're telling me that this was. I'm totally not busting out a thing because I'm blanking like a motherfucker right now. September 9th. So 2 months ago, right? You're telling me 2 months ago, the strongest MOC enemy had 2 million HP. 2 months ago, 2 million HP. We are now at a boss with over 5 million HP. Granted, of course, you hit all 5 of them at once. You do a good chunk of damage. But excuse me, 5 million? Is that not insane to y'all? Well, what's with the HP sponges, Hoyo? Like, hello? That's like my least favorite thing about these kind of games. Like with Zenless, Genshin, it's like I want a boss that actually is like testing you to think. Like, bro, look at this boss. This is what? Like, hello? 600k HP from Argenti. Two of them. That would be the freest Herta win of my life. These guys have 1.3 million, right? How many MOCs did it take for them? So this is 722. So this was 2 months before, like at the end of the month, technically. So it was 1.3 million, these guys. So one MOC, two MOC, you fight them again, and they gain 400k. This was a total of just a little bit less than 3 months. Which should be fair. I guess that is fair. That isn't that much of an increase, right? But yeah, going from you know, 2 MOCs ago, 500 million. That's just so much. Bro, like this guy is so tanky. And like, hang on, is their speed increasing? How much is their speed? This is okay. Hule doesn't count because he's a freak of nature. 157, 158. Okay, their speed is relatively the same, so that's fair. That's fine, right? As we get in faster and faster enemies, eventually they're gonna probably all be 200. But yeah, still, the enemies are just, their HP is just shooting up, right? Now, do note that every new MOC is every 2 weeks, right? So you have 2 weeks before new MOC, but still 2 weeks, and we're having that much of an upgrade. What is changing in 2 weeks besides a new premium character coming out? Where they're not buffing the 4 stars, they're not buffing the old 5 stars, they're not dropping a relic set that makes you do 2 times more damage, they're not dropping a free light cone that is better than the old light cones, they're not dropping a new light cone that is suddenly going to make your ratio hit, you know, 30 times harder or anything like that. So it's really just to sell the new character because they're just that much better than, you know, the previous DPS or whatnot, right? Like Fei Zhao is better than Acheron. So they're like, okay, to make up for the fact that Acheron was already strong as hell, we'll have the enemies just have more HP. Which is unfortunate because I wish it just wasn't like that, but unfortunately it's a gacha game. That's just pretty much how the difficulty is. It's not actually difficult. If you have the means, you can find the answer pretty damn easily most of the time, right? It's mostly just, okay, do you have them invested strong enough? Do you have, you know, enough dupes in them? Do you have like the most recent supports? That's just how it is. But that's really no shock to pretty much any gacha player. That's how all gachas are, right? It just sucks that Star Rail seems to be leaning into it a bit too heavily. I've noticed this the past couple MOCs where even my E2 Acheron playing like super casually instead of just like instantly zero cycling. And, you know, I look over and like 3 cycles have passed and I'm like, oh, whoa, like what's happening? Like, you know, Acheron E2, hello? Are we just not one-shot and everything? Will this persist into 3.0? We will see. We will see. I'm excited to see the stats on the next MOC characters and seeing how much they jumped up. We are getting a new Harmony character, so that's a bit concerning. Sunday looks pretty good from what they showed us on the live stream, and I'm curious if their response to Sunday being good is, you know, 3 million HP Salvarog sounds about right, and just smack them on. But like I said, we'll see. This is going to be very, very interesting. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this MOC. Do you think it was too hard? Do you think, you know, it was just right? What teams did you use? I've seen a couple people in the comments saying they struggled a bit or they took more cycles than they thought. Apparently also MOC 11 is harder than 12. Let me double check what that is real quick before I end the video. Oh yeah, this guy in Aventurian's always just annoying to fight. I'm pretty sure these guys have 2 HP bars each. Let me go up and pull up the site. How much of their HP? Okay, so they're both 2 million. They're both 2 million HP. So I can see why that's a bit harder. The Sunrock is definitely, so for reference, these are the bosses. They have 2 million, 2 million, right? 2 HP bars. This guy can be a bit annoying because he has like the AoE summonings, and then eventually it's just cringe in general because of his gimmick. So I can definitely see that how that's harder than just like Super Break go crazy. You know, Fei Zhao instantly murders this guy. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna get some sleep. I've been trying to clear this MOC pretty much all night, and I figured it's getting pretty late. I'm gonna go to sleep. I just don't think I can make it happen. Not like the other ones, right? But like I said, let me know what you guys think of. I'm gonna go. I gotta test Steve at least, at some point. But anyway, like I said, let me know what you think of the MOC, and of course, don't forget to like, subscribe for more Star Wars content, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Best of luck on this MOC, boys. It's getting rough out there.